Au! Au! Det gör ont. Jag fick ont akkurat där. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and Silvara is still with us today. No, it's another day, okay? Now we changed our shirts. Yeah!
Nej, men vad är poängen med att göra det då? Vi ska inte med det.
Okay, i alla fall. And we are going to talk about the Elder Scrolls series. This is just a quick setup with what I found around the house. So we are going to talk about our experiences and quick memories and stuff like that with the Elder Scrolls series. So which one was the first one that you played?
Morrowind was the first Elder Scrolls game that I played. It was the first one you played too.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's funny, we did a live stream on Morrowind and you told me how you got into Morrowind. You can tell that again.
Yeah, because I have two brothers. I have one that's 2 years older and then I have one that's much older. And he'd never lived with us, but when he came home to visit my family and stuff, he had this game with him that he had played a lot because he's really into fantasy. He was the one who introduced me to Lord of the Rings and all sorts of things. He's really fantasy oriented or whatever. And he had this game with him that was Morrowind, and this was it was soon after it came out, which is, we should have probably looked this up before, but it's 2004, 2003.
Morrowind was more like 2001.
No.
Maybe even 2002.
Morrowind. Jag har vanlig Wikipedia för fan. Här. Men har du release då? Jag menar för fan. Borde hålla jag på Julia.
2002.
So we only had one computer in the house at that time, because this is before the age of fucking internet. Well, I mean, before the age of, what's it called, broadband?
Yeah, definitely.
And then he had this game, and I was kind of it looked really interesting. It was this kind of fantasy world, and it was all swords and shit. And I've always been really into that. That's my thing. And I was like, what the hell is this game? And he was like, this game is far too difficult for you. You can't play this. This is a game for people who understand English.
I remember you said that in the live stream.
Yeah, and then I was but I just kept asking him can I play, can I play? And he let me play it, but he put on God mode and stuff so I wouldn't die, because it's a very unforgiving game, and when you don't even speak English. So he put on God mode, and I started a new game and started in Satanin and stuff and went out on my own, and just I basically spent most of my time that I remember at that age. Because I got familiar with the game, I knew the towns and shit, and then most of what I did at that point was I went and gathered all the outfits and stuff. They had different clothes. I was a girl, okay.
The golden armor.
Yeah, all the armor, all the clothes and stuff, and then I just put them on my character and be oh, look at that, and then I'd put something else on and be oh, look at that, and then I'd just go wandering into the wilderness, just be look at all the forests and look at all the grasslands and look at it.
You're kind of role playing.
Everything's beautiful, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd change my clothes every day and my armor and stuff. I was 12, okay, what do you want from me?
I remember you said that when you played The Sims also. You changed clothes every day, and your response to that was, well, you changed clothes every day in your normal, regular life, so my Sims character are also gonna change their clothes every day and not wear the same thing day after day.
I'm all about realism.
Yeah, that is actually role-playing. Taking a bit extreme.
Well, I did play on Argent Dawn when I played in WoW, but that's a different story. Different story for another time.
Okay, so you introduced me to Morrowind actually, and I mean we talked about this in the live stream, but
we kind of have to point out though that I played it then when I was a noob, when a child, and then I played it again when I was older, and that's when I introduced you to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was over at your house when we were 11, and that is when the first time that I saw this game. And you were like, this is the new game that I'm playing. And we were 11, 12, maybe 12, you know. And I remember I was just sitting there watching you play this on your big-ass family computer. And
it's a fat screen, not the flat.
Yeah, and you were kind of proud of this game that you have discovered and started playing. And we created new characters. And I remember specifically this image in my head. It's a legit memory. You said we have to choose the thief class. And then I don't remember much after that. I think we just did the first ring quest, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And you bought the same thing. At the first store thing.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I talk about that because I did a Let's Play of Morrowind, didn't I? And like I showed the when we did the sword that we always bought in the thing. Yeah. That
So,
one. It was like the
but we were
green
pretty
one at the
young back
bottom,
then.
yeah.
We were pretty young back then. Anyway, I played Morrowind much later, like when I was 16. That was when I really got into this game. Because you brought it over to my place and you taught me about this God mode and everything. So basically how I played Morrowind was God mode, flying around, killing guards and just flying all over the place and be OP. So I never...
You'd set your strength to like 99999 and then you'd hit someone once so they die.
I never played Morrowind the normal way, no I didn't. Way. Anyway, then Oblivion came out, and I remember this, you were like, there's a new Morrowind, the sequel to Morrowind, it's called Oblivion, and you downloaded it.
Legally obtained it from a reputable source.
Okay, legally, you bought the game, and I tried to install it on my computer as well, but I had that old-ass school computer. That did not run this game at all, so that's why I didn't play Oblivion.
I played it a lot at my boyfriend at the time's house too, on his Xbox.
Okay, I did not have an Xbox or
a boyfriend.
Or a boyfriend, or a PlayStation 3, or anything, so I didn't play Oblivion. So...
Well, Oblivion was before the PlayStation 3 anyway.
Okay. In short, what do you think about Oblivion? The Oblivion.
Because I was like that, because I played so much Morrowind, because then when I got older and understood English, I played Morrowind properly, or tried to. It's a very difficult game to someone who's retarded like me. But like, when Oblivion was announced, or like when it came out, I was just like, I'm not playing that because I really like Morrowind. It's like the best game ever. So I never want to play anything but Morrowind. They can never top this. It's never going to get better, or whatever. And then like, I tried Oblivion, like through whatever circumstances I tried it, and I was just like, it was amazing. And I was just like, lost.
Yeah, I remember you were obsessed with the game, and I couldn't play it because I didn't have a strong enough computer.
But just like the beginning of the game, you know, when you first come, like, because the graphics compared to Morrowind, when you go through the tutorial, blah, 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 when you first come out of that prison, you know, and it opens out into, like, you've got the lake around the Imperial City, you just see the whole world, and it was just like...
I know, right? Much better graphics than Morrowind. But no, I played Morrowind, I did not play Oblivion, and there were reasons for that. So, let's fast forward to Skyrim. To Skyrim.
Yeah, no, I started playing Skyrim when I came to Sweden. It was announced, well, I lived in England at the time, and we had an Xbox, but I was moving away from England and I went back to Norway, and then it was released whatever, I don't know what time of year it was, but by the time I came to Sweden, which was in December, it was released, and I could play it here on the PS3. So that was the first time I played it, which would have been in like late 2011. It was on the PS3, but yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see. So my first time playing Skyrim, I bought the game and I installed it and I loved it, and it was hard in the beginning.
PC?
Yeah. Anyway, I played Skyrim and I was hooked, and I remember it took me a long while to get kind of far into the game because I was really not into the controls and the shouting. I didn't really understand things about the shouting and this.
I thought that was a confusing at
and
first.
The dragon souls, and that you have to activate everything with the shouting was confusing at first. So I didn't really use that until.
You know,
much
I've
later.
never really gotten it, like, 'cause I played so much Skyrim, like fucking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of Skyrim.
Me too.
But like the shouts, I get them now. Obviously, at first I was confused too, but like I get them. But at the same time, like in my current save or any big save I've ever had that like fucking almost completed the entire game, like I don't really use shouts that much. I use like the last Nahir
I use
or
about
something.
4 or 5.
It's like
shouts.
the life detecting shout. The one where you see them through
detect
the,
life.
Yeah, I use that one. That's the one I always use because I usually play a sneaky archer. You know, it's beneficial to see what's going on. But so I use that one, and then like sometimes I'd use Fusrada, and then I'd use, you know, Vold, the forward shout. Like the shouts, I don't really like the fire breath and like the fucking lightning thing and like
no,
whatever.
I don't use that.
And then obviously after Dragonborn, there's the control dragon thing. You do that once. And
Dragon
you're like,
Rend.
Yeah. But the dragon control shout where you get to ride the dragon.
Oh.
Not after the main quest, but after Dragonborn.
I don't use that.
No, you use it once and you're like, oh, neat. And then you're like, you never use it again.
Yeah. I can say in short, Skyrim is my top 2 favorite game that I have ever played in my life. And you can watch that video where I talk about my top 10 games. It's down there somewhere. Link in the description, perhaps.
If you remember by the time you upload it.
Yeah. And this is the definite version that I have bought with it. I think this is gonna be the last version of Skyrim that I'm gonna buy, because I already bought it on PC and this thing, Xbox 360, and this one also in a torrent. So so totally like 4 times, I think, perhaps.
Because I always played it on the PS3. When I moved to Sweden, I played it on the PS3. But then, oh shit.
This is how obsessed I am with Skyrim. I'm actually taking notes. Is that how you say it? Making notes. I'm actually taking notes in this shit. So yeah, the guide, this is what I use when I play this one, and I played, I don't know how many hours, but really a lot of hours. I would think that this book would be really expensive since it's so heavy. Here you can see some
heavy things are expensive. Okay?
Yeah, heavy means expensive. I mean, I can't even hold it. Hold this. It's heavy, right?
Why should?
It's good. It's the special edition guidebook. Very nice, yes. Books like that, it smells so good.
Yeah, it does. Oh, it smells like book.
It smells like good book. I have the same feeling with new games. New games or like.
This is a video about smelling things suddenly.
I have a thing with opening a new game. I have to smell inside of it, and I know I'm not the only one.
No, I do that with books too.
Yeah,
I do that with clothes too. You know, when they have that like chemical, like industrial kind of like half. I don't know what you want to call it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, like.
The smell of new.
Yeah.
Something new.
Jag huskar inte vad fabriker på engelska. Factory.
Vad heter det här, Anne? En accelera.
Accelera.
Oh my god.
I don't know. You do those things.
You do those things!
Jag bodde i England, okay?
I love this guide. I love the game. Skyrim is my favorite. Which one is your favorite? Morrowind, Oblivion, or Skyrim? And fuck the 2 first.
Yeah, because that was the thing though, because I never had Skyrim on the PC until like not for like a couple of years ago or whatever, because they came out with the like I can't remember what it's called, like the collector's edition.
Yeah, you have that.
Yeah, with all the Elder Scrolls games, you get every single Elder Scrolls game, and then you get all the maps for every single game.
That is pretty cool.
And it was like, because it came out and it was like limited edition.
You framed the maps.
Yeah, that was the first thing I did. I took all the maps out, and then we went to IKEA and bought those like giant frames, and then we framed them all and like put them on the wall. They're on the wall behind my computer, so I framed Elder Scrolls maps and put them on the wall. Basically, is the gist of the story. But
so, yeah. Have you ever played the first and the second?
Yeah, I tried when I got them because I'd never played them before. But like, it's Daggerfall and
Arena,
yeah.
Okay.
And like, I tried them because I installed them obviously and tried.
Yeah.
Didn't get out of the first like room/area on either of them. That's just like. It's like any game from back. It's just they're so unforgiving and difficult. I didn't even understand what was happening.
So it was a big leap from the second one to Morrowind.
Tomorrow, yeah, fucking giant leap. It's like a totally different game. I don't even understand. Maybe someone who's like actually played all of them, if anyone's watching, who knows, who's played like from the beginning to, you know, Skyrim. If you can like maybe shed some light on how you went, you went from whatever was before Morrowind onto Morrowind. Because to me, like comparing the two at this point, I was just kind of like, how is this even the same series of games? Yeah. I didn't, like, it was, yeah.
So am I correct if I say that Morrowind was the biggest leap in the series popularity?
I think so.
But that is the breakthrough game.
Yeah,
for
I
the
think
series.
so, but I don't. I would assume so, because like as far as RPGs go, you know, when they got big and you know that was the thing that was in or whatever. You'd think that Morrowind was. I don't know if it's like the biggest one, I doubt that, but like at least it's one of the very, very big ones, if you know what I mean, that came out and changed RPGs the way that, you know, people knew them before.
So which one is your favorite?
It feels bad, but I have to say Skyrim. Like, I don't, like I said, like when when Oblivion came out, I was like, nothing's gonna beat Morrowind. And then when Skyrim came out, I was like, nothing's gonna beat Oblivion. And now I'm like, if they are gonna make, hopefully, another one, and I'm gonna be like, nothing's gonna beat Skyrim, and that's gonna come out, and then that's I don't know, but Skyrim, I think Skyrim is the one I've spent the most hours on, and like, I can always go back to Skyrim.
Yeah.
I'll never be bored of Skyrim.
Yeah, I can always start a new save file and replay Skyrim.
And like, you know, people are like, how can you play that game again? Like, what are you doing? You've played it so many times. What are you doing?
I have feelings with the game.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of like, I start a new game and like I'm in Helgen and I'm just kind of like, everyone's like, you've done this hundreds of times, and I'm just kind of like, so?
I completely agree with you that it is easy to jump into, and often if you get bored of Skyrim, I have noticed this, and this is really serious, after 6 months or perhaps up to a year after, you can jump into Skyrim. I mean, there's something that is pulling me towards Skyrim again, and it has been quite a while since I played it. So I am always jumping back into Skyrim, it feels like, after 6 months or 1 year. I'm always returning. I'm pretty sure that at some later point when Skyrim is coming for the Nintendo Switch, I will probably pick it up. Yeah, and you can even have the Legend of Zelda Link costume and the Master Sword and the Hylian shield and stuff in Skyrim, and that looks pretty cool. But
personally, I'm not into that. But okay.
What?
I'm not a console player.
I know.
Nintendo, I don't get it.
But maybe one day you will be a console player. Anyway,
that was the thing, we missed that in the story, you know, when you borrowed Morrowind from me, I got Zelda Ocarina of Time. So
yeah?
Probably a story for a different time. But when you borrowed my Morrowind game to play it when we were like 16 or something, I borrowed your N64 and Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I know.
So at the same time, we like swapped, and I was supposed to play Ocarina of Time and she was supposed to play Morrowind. And
I remember that, in like a plastic bag, and be really careful with it. It's my baby.
And let's just say that she liked Morrowind more than I liked Zelda. So.
Yeah. When Skyrim comes for the Nintendo Switch, I'm pretty sure that I will pick it up, even though I said to myself, and I swore to myself, that this was going to be the last time that I bought this game. The last freaking time, and this was the ultimate final version, and I was going to complete 100% on it, but what? Now it's coming for the Switch, and I am really loving the Switch, the fact that it's portable and handheld and stuff, and you can get it on your TV. I love the Switch because of that. So yeah, the ultimate console and the ultimate fucking game on the ultimate console. I shouldn't have bought this one, I should have waited, kind of. But yeah, easy to jump back into, I guess. Oh, that was our... You're checking your phone.
I'm out of this conversation. It's about consoles. I'm just like, bye.
That was our little talk about the Elder Scrolls series.
Kommer inte ihop eller nej?
Det är så sån du brukar göra. Stevia. Okay. That was our little talk about the Elder Scrolls. What do you think, and which one is your favorite game? Tell us what your favorite game is, and we will see you later. Okay? So, bye!